Hey, Bears fans, the playoff race is heating up, and the stakes could not be higher as we head into the final weeks of the regular season. With one game left, the scenarios for Chicago are crystal clear, yet still packed with tension. The one seed is out of reach after the loss to San Francisco, which means Seattle or San Francisco will claim that top spot, leaving the Bears to battle for either the 2 or 3 seed. It's a situation filled with both opportunity and uncertainty, and every single play this week could shift the landscape dramatically. Chicago's fate is now intertwined with the results of other games, particularly Philadelphia's matchup, and the final outcomes will determine who they face in the opening round of the playoffs. If the Bears win their game, or if Philadelphia suffers a loss, Chicago can claim the number 2 seed, securing home field advantage for at least the first 2 rounds. On the flip side, a loss paired with a Philadelphia win would drop them to the 3 seed, altering potential matchups and the path forward. This week, the Bears host the Detroit Lions at Soldier Field in the afternoon window, which is crucial because both games are scheduled simultaneously. Playing at the same time ensures there's no strategic advantage for other teams to rest starters or manipulate lineups based on Chicago's results. Meanwhile, the Eagles face the Commanders, and although there's speculation they might rest players given a favorable matchup with Josh Johnson under center, the dynamics of the game could still shift playoff seeding significantly. Timing and results this weekend are everything, and Chicago's positioning depends on every quarter, every drive, and every decision on the field. Looking at potential opponents, there are 3 scenarios for the Bears in the first round. The most likely and exciting matchup remains a rematch against the Green Bay Packers. This would be a third showdown between these division rivals, and the atmosphere at Soldier Field would be absolutely electric. Part 3 in a rivalry series, with playoff implications, is the kind of game that fans live for. If Chicago secures the 2 seed, Green Bay, locked into the 7 seed, would be their opponent, and a home game against the Packers in a high-stakes environment is exactly the stage the Bears would want. Playing the Packers at home provides more than just familiarity. It ensures that the team retains home field advantage through the opening rounds, potentially all the way to the Super Bowl if results elsewhere align. While Green Bay has injury concerns and key players sidelined, no playoff game is ever easy. However, the combination of Chicago's momentum, Soldier Field's energy, and the opportunity to face a beaten-up rival makes this matchup particularly enticing. Fans can already feel the tension and excitement building, imagining the roar of the crowd, the drama of each drive, and the significance of every tackle and turnover. The second potential opponent is the Los Angeles Rams. Historically, this is a team that Chicago has hoped to avoid, largely due to their dynamic offense and playoff experience. However, with the Rams' recent loss to Atlanta on Monday Night Football, the landscape has shifted, making this matchup a distinct possibility if Chicago falls to the 3 seed. Should the Bears finish 3rd and the Rams secure the 6 seed, this clash could take place in Chicago, presenting a very different set of challenges. Los Angeles has struggled with consistency, and while they are talented, injuries and recent performance issues make them vulnerable. Matt Stafford's turnover issues have emerged again in the latter part of the season, which opens the door for Chicago's opportunistic defense to make key plays. On the other hand, the Rams have players who can flip a game in an instant, so preparation, execution, and adaptability will be essential for the Bears. The combination of strategic adjustments, exploiting weaknesses, and taking advantage of home field energy could tilt the balance, making this matchup a fascinating chess match between offense and defense. Finally, the third possible opponent is the San Francisco 49ers. This scenario also requires Chicago to be the 3 seed, paired with San Francisco falling to the 6 seed through a combination of results elsewhere, including the Seahawks and Rams. The 49ers are an incredibly well-rounded team, and their offense has been firing on all cylinders. However, Chicago has already shown it can compete with this team, having put up an impressive performance in a recent high-scoring contest. The Bears scored nearly 40 points, racking up over 400 yards, and demonstrated the capability to move the ball effectively. Caleb Williams had a standout performance, making key throws under pressure, And while San Francisco remains a formidable opponent, Chicago's offense is fully capable of keeping pace. Home field advantage at Soldier Field adds another layer of complexity for the 49ers, with the weather potentially playing a significant role. Cold and windy conditions could hamper the passing game and force a heavier reliance on the run, slightly leveling the playing field and giving the Bears a tangible edge in execution and strategy. Brock Purdy and the defensive squad would be central to slowing down the opposition, capitalizing on every opportunity, and keeping the game within striking distance throughout. The order of preference for matchups from a strategic standpoint seems clear. Packers first, given the home field advantage and the narrative of a rubber match. 49ers second, with offensive capability and familiarity from the last game. And Rams third, who are talented but inconsistent and somewhat more predictable in recent form. Each matchup comes with its own risks and rewards, and the Bears must navigate the final week with both discipline and aggression, fully aware of the playoff implications. Injuries, player form, weather conditions, and execution will all contribute to shaping the outcome. Every coach's decision, every player's effort, and every moment on the field will matter. Chicago is positioned to make a real statement in the postseason, and fans are rightfully on edge, anticipating how these scenarios will play out. As we look across the NFC, the broader playoff picture also influences Chicago's path. The Seahawks are essentially locked into the top seed if they win or tie against San Francisco, securing a first-round bye and positioning themselves to face the NFC South winner in the divisional round. This makes a potential clash with Seattle in the wild card round impossible, which is advantageous for the Bears. Meanwhile, the dynamics of the Rams and 49ers and how they navigate their remaining games will ultimately determine the seeding, forcing Chicago to consider multiple scenarios and prepare for every possible opponent. The flexibility and readiness of the Bears are paramount. Home field advantage, familiarity with opponents, and the timing of each game create a complex chessboard that the coaching staff must navigate carefully. The intensity of the playoff race, combined with the pressure of a single elimination format, means that Chicago must approach the final game with both focus and urgency. Every aspect of their preparation, from game planning to in-game adjustments, will play a critical role in their potential success. Players must stay healthy, coaches must strategize effectively, and the team as a whole must execute flawlessly to secure the optimal seed and set up a first-round matchup that maximizes their chances. This week is not just about winning a game. It is about controlling destiny, taking advantage of opportunities, and setting the tone for what could be a deep playoff run. Every drive, every snap, every decision is magnified in importance, and the energy of the fans at Soldier Field could provide the extra push needed to tilt a close contest in Chicago's favor. Looking ahead to the final stretch, it is clear that Chicago's performance in Week 18 will define not just the seeding, but the mindset heading into the playoffs. Every possession matters, every defensive stop counts, and every mistake could be the difference between a favorable matchup and a nightmare scenario. The coaching staff has emphasized situational football, focusing on red zone efficiency, third down conversions, and ball security. Chicago's offense, led by an inspired quarterback and a dynamic receiving core, has the ability to put pressure on any defense in the league, but execution must be flawless. The offensive line must hold up against the Detroit pass rush. The running backs need to find seams consistently, and the receivers have to create separation and make contested catches. This week, more than any other this season, will test the discipline, preparation, and composure of every player on the roster. Meanwhile, the defense must rise to the occasion as well. Opposing quarterbacks in the playoff hunt are rarely forgiving, and Chicago's pass rush and coverage schemes will be essential in dictating the flow of the game. The secondary has had moments of brilliance, but has also been tested against big plays, meaning communication and awareness will be critical. Linebackers need to read and react quickly to runs, screens, and play action, while defensive linemen must collapse the pocket to disrupt timing. The margin for error is incredibly slim, and any lapse could swing momentum in favor of the opponent. Preparation for Detroit is therefore about more than just strategy. It is about mentality, focus, and resilience, knowing that the outcome could dramatically influence who Chicago faces next. If the Bears secure the 2 seed, a matchup with the Green Bay Packers becomes not just likely, but a narrative goldmine. The division rivalry adds a layer of intensity, and a home playoff game at Soldier Field promises an atmosphere unlike any other. The psychological edge of facing a familiar opponent, combined with the crowd energy and the stakes of a playoff encounter, creates a unique environment where every play has amplified importance. The Packers, dealing with injuries and inconsistent performance, present an opportunity that Chicago fans cannot ignore. Michael Parsons being sidelined, key defensive players absent, and Jordan Love potentially rusty after a layoff all factor into the strategic calculus. Chicago's game plan will likely focus on exploiting these weaknesses while minimizing their own mistakes. Quick passes, smart utilization of the running game, and disciplined defensive assignments will be essential to gaining and maintaining momentum. The possibility of facing the Los Angeles Rams introduces a different set of challenges. The Rams, known for their offensive versatility and playoff experience, require precise execution from Chicago. Matt Stafford's passing ability, combined with the speed of his receivers, demands attention from every defensive player. Turnovers will be a crucial factor, and the Bears will need to capitalize on any mistakes, as playoff games often hinge on a few critical plays. The Rams' recent inconsistencies may provide openings, but underestimating their experience and talent would be a mistake. The coaching staff must prepare for multiple scenarios, including adjustments to counter long passes, screen plays, and red zone efficiency. The ability to adapt quickly during the game could very well determine the outcome, emphasizing the importance of preparation, situational awareness, and mental toughness. San Francisco, as a potential first-round opponent, presents a different style of challenge altogether. The 49ers' offense has been firing on all cylinders, with precision passing, creative play calling, and a balanced attack that keeps defenses guessing. Chicago's recent performance against them demonstrates capability, but playoff football is a different beast. Each defensive player must be aware of formations, anticipate motions, and react decisively to each play. Offensively, Chicago will need to establish the run early to open up play-action opportunities, utilize quick passes to mitigate the pass rush, and maintain discipline to avoid costly penalties. Home field advantage, weather conditions, and strategic adjustments will all play a role, and the Bears' ability to integrate these factors effectively could be the difference between advancing or exiting early. In addition to the on-field matchups, the mental preparation of the team is paramount. Players must approach each play with confidence, composure, and a clear understanding of their responsibilities. Pressure situations will test the mental fortitude of every member of the squad, from the starting quarterback to the special teams unit. Situational awareness, communication, and execution under pressure will define the Bears' playoff identity. The coaching staff has emphasized a focus on fundamentals, ensuring that every player understands the importance of assignment discipline, awareness of down and distance, and situational adjustments. Execution must be precise, as playoff football often rewards the team that makes the fewest mistakes. Beyond the tactical elements, the narrative surrounding the team fuels motivation. Chicago's fans are passionate, knowledgeable, and deeply invested in the team's success. Soldier Field, when filled with the roar of supporters, becomes a critical factor in energizing the players and creating a home field advantage that is difficult to quantify but impossible to ignore. Each defensive stop, each explosive play, and every third down conversion takes on heightened significance in this environment. The Bears' ability to channel this energy, maintain focus, and execute their game plan will be essential to navigating the treacherous waters of the postseason. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a shocking turn of events that has sent shockwaves through the league, rumors are swirling around the Chicago Bears following reports that head coach Ben Johnson has reportedly severed ties with one of his starters, after a heated altercation. Sources close to the team suggest that the confrontation was more than a typical locker room spat, with tensions reportedly reaching a boiling point that neither side could contain. Whispers among insiders claim that the disagreement was so intense that Johnson allegedly declared, "He's not coming back," though neither the team nor the player involved has issued a public statement. The news has sparked immediate speculation across social media and sports networks, with fans and analysts alike trying to piece together what could have led to such a dramatic fallout. Some suggest that it may have been related to on-field performance, while others hint at off-field issues. But the lack of clarity has only fueled the rumor mill. The Bears, under Johnson, have been navigating a season of ups and downs, and this latest incident threatens to cast a shadow over the team's locker room cohesion. Veteran players are said to be concerned about the implications for team morale, and the coaching staff is reportedly scrambling to contain the situation before it escalates further. Observers note that such a public rupture between a coach and a starter is unusual in professional football, adding an element of intrigue and uncertainty about the team's immediate plans. While the identity of the player involved remains under speculation, industry insiders are closely watching the situation, weighing the potential impact on upcoming matchups. If the reports prove accurate, the Bears could be facing a significant adjustment period as they recalibrate their lineup and address any lingering tension within the squad. Meanwhile, fans are taking to forums and social media platforms to debate the circumstances, with some backing Johnson's decision and others questioning whether this move could backfire in the long term. Regardless of the final outcome, the alleged clash between Ben Johnson and the unnamed starter has become the talk of the league, sparking conversations about leadership, discipline, and the fine line between authority and conflict in professional sports. As speculation continues to mount, all eyes remain on the Bears, waiting to see how the organization will navigate this explosive internal drama. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.